The cross-market betting strategy is one of the sharpest profitable betting strategies you can be using to profit when sports betting. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. It piggybacks off another profitable betting strategy known as arbitrage betting. So I think it's important that we start with what is arbitrage. Arbitrage betting is simply where you find two sports books that have a specific bet so far off in odds that you can actually bet on each sports book the opposite outcome and come away with a risk-free profit. Here's an example of an arbitrage bet. As you can see up on the screen, I took Scoot Henderson over 4.5 assists on Bet365 for $150, and I would profit $337.50. I also took Scoot Henderson under 4.5 assists on Novig at $175, and I would profit $337.18. No matter if he goes over or under, I'm guaranteeing myself about $12. If he goes over 4.5 assists, I win the Bet365 bet and profit $12.50. If he goes under 4.5 assists, I win on Novig and profit $12.18. The total amount risked across both of these bets was $325, but because the amount that I would win, no matter what side hits on this bet, was above $325, I guaranteed myself that $12.50 in profit, no matter the outcome. As I mentioned earlier, cross-market betting piggybacks off arbitrage betting. So you're able to use the arbitrage tool to find plus EV or cross-market bets that are profitable. By definition, one of the bets on the arbitrage tool that are popping up have to be profitable. I currently use the arbitrage tool at OddsJam to find these cross-market bets, but a little birdie told me they're coming out with a new tool very soon that's going to make cross-market betting really easy and super efficient. So definitely stay tuned, and if you guys want to check out any of the tools on OddsJam, use my code linked in the description, Dustin35, and you'll get a 1-week free trial and 35% off your very first month if you decide to continue after your free trial. Now, since we don't have that tool that little birdie told me about, we have to use the arbitrage tool and put a little bit of manual work in to find these cross-market bets by knowing which books are sharp, and then also just line comparing and manually looking at the odds, finding which side is the bet we need to take compared to the sharp side. Here's the arbitrage tool at OddsJam, and really to get yourself set up, you just need to put in the books that you have access to bet on, as well as maybe some sharp books you want to be able to compare to. It'll pull in all of the arbitrage bets across those books, and now it's up to us to find those cross-market bets, and let me show you how. I got a great example for you guys. So we're gonna look at this New York Jets and Miami Dolphins total points arbitrage bet. So as you can see here, between Novig and Bet Openly, this is an arbitrage bet. You could take this on both apps and come away with a risk-free profit. Now, there's only $49 in liquidity available on Bet Openly, so you wouldn't be able to get that much of a risk-free profit, but if you took it for $46 over here on Novig, $49 over here on Bet Openly, you'd still walk away with a risk-free $2.11 of profit. But if we look at the lines, we're going to be able to find that there is actually one side that is plus EV in this arbitrage bet. When you open this arbitrage bet, you'll find that both Novig and ProfitX have a ton of liquidity available for people to take the over of 44.5. That means there are a lot of people, and most likely sharps, that are hammering the under of 44.5. If you look across the sportsbook market here for the under of 44.5, you can see that no other book outside of Bet Openly is offering plus money at all. Now, I know it's plus 100, but you can see it is certainly off from the market here on the under. And just check out the liquidity over here on Betfair. Almost $28,000 of liquidity available for people to take on the over of 44.5. That means people are hammering the under of 44.5 for this Dolphins-Jets game. By definition, one of those bets had to have been profitable, and we were able to use some context clues and sniff out the side that is plus EV and that we should be betting if we were only to take one of these bets instead of arbitrage betting them for a risk-free profit. All right, here's a pretty insane one, and I don't really know much about betting on tennis, but that's the beauty in cross-market betting. You don't really need to know anything about the sports you're betting on because it's all said right in the odds and you can read it. Here we have Pinnacle that has this plus 122 for this to go over 23.5 total games. You can see all these other major sports books as well at plus money for the over, meaning that they are heavily favoring this to go under 23.5 total games. Here, we see that the DraftKings line that is crossed with Pinnacle and arbitrage to Pinnacle is at plus 100 odds. clearly very off from the market. They are the only sportsbook that is favoring the over of 23.5. This is an insane bet at plus 100 odds, so I wouldn't arbitrage bet this. I would just simply bet this on DraftKings at plus 100 odds. So I'd take the under 23.5 total games for the Russavori and Stricker match. It honestly doesn't get more clear than this. Pinnacle is one of the sharpest sports books in the world, so if they are this far off from where DraftKings is on the other side, and you have other data points to back it up, that's a surefire profitable side of that bet. So some key tips: knowing the sharp sports books. Pinnacle is a very sharp sports book. FanDuel, DraftKings, very sharp in player props. If you're looking at ProfitX and Novig, those exchange apps, if they have a lot of liquidity on one side, it's very likely the other side is a profitable bet. So pay attention to large liquidity on those exchange apps. So you can use the arbitrage tool to find arbitrage bets and bet both sides of that bet, walking away with risk-free profit and nothing to lose, only to gain. Or you can go for the higher upside and find arbitrage bets and scan them and see which side is the profitable bet, because by definition, as I said earlier, one of these sides of the arbitrage bet have to be profitable. So if you continuously bet on that profitable side of the arbitrage bet, you are in the long term going to be profitable. You are cross-market betting. You are simply following sharp money and placing wagers that give you an edge against the books over the long term. OddsJam is going to make it a heck of a lot easier to find the profitable side, and it might be out already. Who knows? If not, it is coming soon on OddsJam, as I mentioned. So if you guys do want to check it out, go to the link in the description, use code Dustin35. You'll get that 7-day free trial and 35% off your very first month when you continue after your trial, which I bet you will, because these tools are certainly worth it. So whether you're arbitrage betting or cross-market betting plus EV betting, it doesn't matter. All of them are profitable betting strategies, and as long as you are doing them correctly, you're going to be a-okay in the long run. Now that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed and or learned something. If you did, make sure you leave a like. Don't forget the subscribe button on the way out, as we post sports betting content like this every single week.